Guys, Rich here at the Collector Car Gallery in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We are taking a look at this 1968 Mercury Cougar today, and I've had a lot of interest in this vehicle online, and just like all of our videos, we're kind of just going to do a walk around and give a professional car buyer's perspective on the car. Here's the deal, guys. If you're looking at any other cars anywhere else in the country, make sure they're doing exactly what I am doing right now, okay? Have them walk around the car, show you everything bad, and act as if they were the one buying it again. You know, I mean, I'm showing you guys this car, like, looking at the same things, putting my eyes on the same things that I look at when I bought it, okay? So I sell 99% of my cars over the phone. Hundreds and hundreds of cars have been sold, and not one has come back and someone not expected what they received. So this is very important. Make sure you guys are asking for videos from other people also, all right? Just like all of our videos, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start at the driver's side front fender, and just kind of, this is more of a, I'm not a Cougar expert, Mercury Cougar expert, but what I will do is just look at fit, finish, quality, things like that. Give my opinion on whether or not things could be repaired easily or not, and just kind of go from there. So, starting right here at the bumper, let's say the bumpers look like they're in like new condition. Okay, I don't see any blemishes or any dents, dings, any rust starting, anything like that. I would say that these are in like new condition, okay? The lower valance here is in good condition. I'm not sure if it's correct for the car or not, but it does look good, and it's in good condition. Bezels around the lower turn signals look great. The marker lights, those look good. Flippers look good. There's like they probably could use detail. There's like some bug guts and stuff like that in there, but these look brand new. Okay, these look like, I'm assuming, reproductions that are new. The chrome, I guess, clad or plated pieces here are in excellent condition. They look fantastic also. We'll show you the flippers. Those work also, and we'll show you those in a moment. Fit of the hood looks great. I want to say, as I remember, it could probably get moved, maybe a little bit, but it actually closes nice and looks good. So I wouldn't go messing with it too much. All right. Dents and dings on the hood. You know, this car could probably use like a good buff and polish. It does look very nice right now, but I really think that would that's a lot of bang for the buck, just getting a good cut and buff on this thing. Dents and dings on the hood. Okay, so I remember there was one small innie somewhere around here. Okay, so right here, you can kind of see it. Very, very small. Paint's not cracked. Paintless dent removal could take care of it. $50. I'd be happy to arrange that for a potential buyer. Very, very small. And then right here, I believe right there in that glare, we have a small Audi, okay? And as far as dents and dings, that's about it. Maybe a small one right here too. Very, very small, okay? I will tell you that most people would probably just walk right past that and never even notice it, okay? The top of the fender here on the driver's side, the elbow magnet, you know, that like where everybody wants to set their elbows here on this stuff and dent the car, that looks great. I don't see any issues. As we look down the car, it looks very straight, okay? Even a body shop guy would say, hey, it looks pretty nice, especially in the price point that we're at right now. So, you know, I'm not saying that somebody couldn't, look down the car and start, head back and forth, dodo burden this thing, but I will say that I look at cars all day long, and this is not a candidate to get like a bunch of body work and straightened out or anything. It looks very nice, okay? American racing wheels, brand new rubber all the way around the car. So I'm kind of packed in here. So we'll check out the door panel and stuff like that when we get to the inside of the car. Right now, we're going to just look at the fit of the door. So fit looks good on the back side, and fit looks good on the front side too. Window molding and the glass and the windshield look like they're brand new. I mean, this looks great. Also, I can tell that this car was taken apart to be painted. Okay, so you can tell, you look at enough cars, that there's no tape lines. Everything was apart and removed. Windshield was out when the car was painted, so that's a plus. I mean, that takes a lot of time and money, probably more money than I'm even asking for the car for just that part. So as we look at the vent window, it's in great shape. Chrome's nice, stainless is nice. Chrome's nice on the mirror. Glass is really nice. All the way around, the car has new a soft kit all the way around. So all new soft parts up here, all new weather strip and rubber and gaskets and squeegees. You know, squeegees in the door. Those are all brand new and look good. You know, felt kit in the vent window, brand new. I mean, all that stuff looks really nice. Window trim is excellent. Looks like new. So no issues there either. Okay. Door handle, chrome's nice. All the glass is great. Here's what I really like about this car too. I mean, that's solid. You hear how solid that was when it shut? I mean, that's great. I hate it when stuff rattles around when you shut the door and stuff like that. So we're gonna look down the side of the car from the rear again, and then I'm gonna draw your attention to a few little blemishes on the car. So as I said before, the car lined out looked pretty straight as we glance down from the front and the back. So roof is pretty free of any blemishes. I'm gonna tell you right here, and I've told some of the prospective buyers about it already. Right here on this, we'll call it the B post of the car, so the roof pillar here. There are a few blemishes that, you know, you really have to know what you're looking at to see them. So like here's one right here, and these are about, you know, fingernail size, 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, okay? And I get it, I know what you're saying. You know, they don't look like a big deal, and I don't think they are, but I certainly notice them, okay? I do have the paint for the car. And if somebody wanted to redo this part, you just have to clear and blend some clear or something like that. You could do that, and you know, it might be $500. As we move down here on the rear quarter of the driver's side, we can see a few of these like little bubble pops. Okay, is it rust underneath there? I mean, probably. It could be. Sure, absolutely. A small little pit or something like that. Yes. Is it going to get worse? I mean, I don't know. Probably not if the car is maintained well and kept well, but eventually it will crack and come off. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4 of those spots right there. Now again, I'm arm's reach away from the car, and I am using, you know, a good camera, and they're fairly discreet. Okay, I will say that. Just kind of where they fall in the car, they're very difficult to notice. So, rear bumper of the car looks great. The sequential taillights are working. We'll show those to you guys later. Rear bumper is like new also. I have no remarks whatsoever on that. It's great to see like these soft kits and stuff like that all looking very nice. Rear deck looks great. The fit looks good. I don't see any blemishes on the rear deck. Maybe just, you know, some dust or something like that, or very, very small fish eyes. And again, a good cut and buff on the car would probably go a long ways with this thing. A lot of new parts in the car. Like this is brand new. You know, I mean, just the finish looks really great. You know, I mean, the last thing anybody wants is you bring home your new car, gets delivered, and you know, somebody walks right up to it and their eyes are immediately drawn to these things, and you know, it's how much did you pay for this thing? So that's what nobody wants, you know, especially like nobody wants your wife to walk up and say, how much did you pay for this? It's kind of ratty looking. So as we open the trunk, so if I remember right, the trunk spring is a little off on the car. I mean, meaning it's either the wrong spring or something like that. So right now a prop is being used for the trunk, but the spring bars that are back there You probably might need to purchase one of those and get them put back in there, or these would need moved to a different position to hold up a little bit better. Trunk mat, this is a factory style trunk mat. This is the nitrous system that I've told some of you guys about. It's disabled and empty, so it's not like you're running around with a bomb or anything in the back, and the plumbing is all still there. As I said before, I have talked to several mechanics who have offered to take that out for me if they could just have the parts. So it doesn't sound like it would be that big of a deal. Like these, the cardboard asphalt type mats that are in the trunk look like they are factory. I want to draw your attention to this car has had quarters done, and you can see on the inside, you can see right here what I'm talking about. This line right here. Okay. I think you'd have to be a professional to really notice that, or know what you were looking at. It could probably be like spatter painted in here, and it would be a little bit more discreet. That'd be kind of a fun weekend project that's very do-it-yourself. You can see it on the other side too, this small seam up here. Okay, I'm not saying it wasn't done well, because it was done fine. It just had lower quarters. Okay, and as we talked in some of our other videos, lower quarters, you know, they kind of started here and then went down, rather than a full quarter, which would have went the whole way and up around and down the whole door, you know, the whole thing. This has just had a lower quarters done. And as you guys could see from our videos, the underside looks great on the car. So in the trunk was the factory gauge pack. This could certainly be restored, Clocks by Roger or something like that. You could take and have this whole thing restored, have some extra paint, and then also this is great. I love seeing this on cars. And again, excuse our dust, guys. We're remodeling a little bit here, but I love seeing when owners take the time to keep all of their receipts for everything purchased. It lends some credibility to the car for sure. This one of the previous owners went so far as to have a dyno report done on the car. So clearly it was maintained, not just forgotten about. You know, receipts as early as late as 2019. You know, the car was being driven around and used frequently, so that's what we like. As I said before, it's got a new rear end in it, which has 323 gears, and all that to the tune of, you know, $1,400 or so, to make it a more factory type rear end. Okay, so moving on. As we look down the passenger side of the car, again, lays out very straight, looks nice. I do want to draw your attention to one thing. So, you know, I'm going to move my camera around this rear quarter quite a bit, nice and slow. Okay, and again, now listen, I'm not knocking this car. It's a great car. It's killer, you know, especially in this price point that we're looking at. But when I try to buy the car from wherever I bought it from, this is what I'm looking at, okay? And I want to make sure that you guys are all looking at the same thing too, all right? Because I want to, you know, all you're looking at is pictures. I mean, I buy these things in person, and, you know, when I'm selling them via pictures, I want to make sure you're informed. So I will say one thing, and I had to bring this to the attention of the previous owner, because he said, well, listen, I've never even noticed that. I wipe the car off all the time. If you look down the quarter here, okay, right in my glare right now, you can kind of see there's a couple little dimples, right? That's where they stitch the quarter in, okay? And I don't know, it's relatively discreet, very hard to see, hard to notice, but I certainly notice it. Man, it's tough, all right, to see. But like I said, I notice it, okay? Now, I do have the paint, which is huge when you were talking about red. I don't know if everybody knows or not, but there are about 5,000 different variations of the color red, and everybody would say that they're red. So I do have the paint, if somebody, this car's not a candidate to be repainted, okay? But if somebody wanted to do some paint work on the back end, you could probably do some paint work back here, blend it all in, and it would look very nice also. Maybe a couple $1,000 to do both sides. And then this pillar, we'll call this the B pillar, roof pillar also, has some of the same stuff as the other side. This would be something that you'd want to get prepped well beforehand, because this car had a formal roof on it before, okay? And I see this a lot on cars that had a formal roof, you know, or you could just buy another formal roof kit and put it on for $800 and cover this stuff all up. I mean, that's one option too, for sure. This car would look totally killer with a formal roof, and it's probably $800 installed, okay? And that would look great on this car too. Otherwise, you want to make sure this gets prepped very, very well. Get down to whatever caused this small problem before. Okay. Again, guys, that's pretty good. That's a good shot of it. Okay. They're very discreet blemishes. Okay. So, passenger side door fit is good. Glass, trim, all this stuff looks like brand new. I mean, it looks brand new, okay? Same as the other side. New squeegees, new window felt, belt molding, all that stuff. Fit up front is good. Doesn't look like it's ever hit or anything like that. Love it. Love it. Okay. Since I'm short of room over there, actually we'll finish walking around the car and then we'll come back to the interior. So, driver's side or passenger side front fender looks good, short of a few little dust specks and stuff like that in the paint, which a good cut and buff would take care of. And same story over on the other as this side as on the other side. All this stuff looks like this all looks brand new, okay? One small little chip here, maybe hood got jerked over or something like that. And then we got one little nick there. It's not getting any worse, but let's see. Bear with me here. I got one hand here. Okay. Thank you. Under the hood, here's what's good. This is light here. Okay, so under the hood, this is the remnants of the old nitrous system, and like I said, it's disabled, but it never was removed. It could be removed very easily. I'm happy to have someone do it also. Here's what I like of this car. Look at how, when I say this car was taken apart, I mean it was taken apart. Look how nice the core support looks. Look down in here how nice everything looks. We got no body bolts are painted over. Everything looks tidy in here. Nothing looks dingy. Brand new little parts. I mean, you could raise the hood of the car show, and it would look, and this thing would show well. Okay, it's great. You know, I mean, it's got a finished kind of look. I mean, it's not dingy or grimy in there. Very finished looking. Okay, especially in this price point. You know, there's a buck tag there. I don't know if that's, you know, legit or not or real, but it looks cool there. And we got same story over here. I mean, just looks great. 302, power steering, power brake. Got a cam in this car, so, you know, pretty happy with the way this thing looks altogether. I did notice one thing over here on the fit of the hood. I think maybe the spring's a little tight on this side, because as you can see, it kind of is just a hair raised up, okay? Probably could get pushed down or adjusted a little bit also, okay? Cool car though. On to the interior. This will go quick because the interior is pretty tidy. There's only just a very few little things that I want to draw your attention to. Passenger side door looks good. As I said before, all new soft kit on this car. Looks like maybe we're missing a screw right here. All new soft kit on the car. Everything looks good. Again, car was disassembled to be painted, which looks great, right? All this stuff was out. I love seeing that. That right there takes time. So as we look at the lower door, pretty good, pretty solid, really. Looks like they started with a pretty good car to begin with. Jams look good. The armpits here look nice. The ditch. Carpet on this car is new. And the seats look new too. So passenger seat looks great. No blemishes that I can think of or that I can see or even that I recall. Even the rear. I mean, look, you know, this stuff looks like new. It really is nice. Rear seat, I think I had a little bit of dust in here, but otherwise it looks really good. No issues at all. Okay. Headliner looks good. Courtesy lights are working. No damage to the headliner whatsoever. So it looks like, I will say this, as we look up here on the package tray, that's like green. I want to say this car was, according to the paint code, and I'm just noticing this now, so it was like green. So either that's faded or it's just someone dyed it black. Again, I think that's a very easy do-it-yourselfer thing. I'd be happy to do it. It's just I'd use some SEM dye and dye the thing, and that's how you would do that on that car. And I'm telling you that, you know, some of the best restorations that you'll see would tackle that problem the exact same way. You know, they would just dye that carpet or get it dyed, and you could do it right in the car, okay, if you're just real careful. And that's what I would do with that if it was me. Honestly, I just now noticed it, so I'm not sure if it's lighting or what it is, but it could just be kind of faded black from just sun, and then not been replaced. So dash looks great on this car. I want to show one thing here. Someone did fab up a new dash for this thing, and it looks nice. It matches well. They put autometer gauges in here. If you wanted to go back to the old one, you would just have to get that unit rebuilt. B&M shifter. I don't know what these buttons down here are. I assume they're for the old nitro system, you know, like go baby go buttons. Dash looks great. No cracks, and it's a real dash, okay? Make sure, you know what would really devalue this car from an interior standpoint is if it was if this was a plastic cover. Those are just so tacky, and it's one of those things that can be easily overlooked. You know, I mean, you can look at the car and glance at it and look at the dash and say, oh, that looks good, and then you really start to look at it and it's a plastic cap, and that devalues a car a lot, okay? Dashes are very expensive. This one is in excellent condition and not cracked anywhere, so that's a big plus for this car. Here's a little bit of custom work that was done to the car, and this is kind of shabby looking. Just the paint didn't lay out as well as it could. These are just panels that were inserted here, and then like pinch weld was used on either side of it. Okay, I would probably just go the extra and take this top one out and get it like either powder coated or something like that, and do the same thing maybe with the bottom, or just sand it down really well and you know, rattle can it in your own place on a weekend or something. And if it would have been prepped a little bit better, it probably would have stuck just fine and looked very nice. Okay, so these are all small things that I don't think it's that noticeable when you get in the car. Honestly, most people wouldn't even notice it, but when you really get to looking at it, you can see a few things. Okay. Steering wheel. Some people love it. Some people hate it. You know, you could probably order a wood grain steering wheel for this car for, you know, $100 or something like that. I don't know how easy it'd be to source an original, but you could probably get a good looking replacement for $100. Okay. Door panel's in great shape on the passenger side. We'll buzz over to the driver's side here real quick, but I don't see any blemishes whatsoever. This looks really nice. Okay. Love that. Okay. Moving on, then we'll start the car and we'll show the headlight doors working and then the sequential taillights working and stuff like that. Again, all this looks great. Looks like the car was a part to be restored. Doors down here, we see some remnants of some old rust. Okay, but looks like it was handled and they salvaged it. So, you know, this car should continue to be maintained in this condition, you know, without continuing to decay or anything like that. So this door panel looks great on the driver's side. Looks like maybe we're pulling away just a little bit here. Okay, I'm not sure how easy this would be to source, but this is where you have to be to see that it's pulling away a little, okay? As I'm up here, or in the car, or, you know, anywhere else, it looks completely perfect, to be honest. Driver's seat's like new. There's no remarks there whatsoever, and this looks great. So, carpet looks good. Everything looks nice. Door shut's nice. And again, this is what you see when you're in the car, so no issues. Let's fire it up. Electric fuel pump. It's got a killer sound. I told everybody she's a little cold-blooded, so now we get into this like real lopey idle, you know, it's got a cam in it and just kind of sits there and chugs away. I mean, it sounds really nice. So, all right, so headlights. Make sure those are on and working. Might be a bulb out here. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be lit up or not. It looks like maybe it's not right now. Dimmer's working. So maybe a light out, maybe not. I don't know if it's supposed to be that way. I would assume it's supposed to be lit up, though. You know, these are lit up. Not sure if it'd be a big deal or not to work on. Let's go look at the headlights. Doors are working like they should. I had a question about the doors if they open over time, and I will say they have never opened over time. I don't know if it's a difference with the plumbing or something like that, but I know what everybody's talking about with like Lincolns and stuff. And I'm assuming they're vacuum because of the way that they come down at different times, and I would not mess with that at all. I would leave it just the way it is. These have never opened over time, and Lincolns do that, but these have never done that. It's sat for a month and they've never just opened up. So it either has to do with the plumbing or it's just super tight in there and doesn't leak. The sequential taillights, we'll check those out. I love this. That looks so cool, right? And it's cool that Ford brought these back too, you know? That just looks so killer. I mean, really, really cool. Cool muscle car. You know, the way that the taillights are and the housing, all that stuff. These were pretty cool cars, underrated for sure. So that's it, guys. I appreciate you looking, and as I said before, if you're looking at any other cars anywhere in the country, I love questions. I love people wanting to see pictures of stuff. I don't think it's a hassle at all. I love people wanting to see videos. If I can get all my cars jockeyed around here and out of the way, and it's 10 inches of snow outside, there's no reason why somebody else shouldn't do that. So, Collector Car Gallery, Fort Wayne, Indiana. You can also hear some more of my my tips and tricks to buying cars and selling cars even on my podcast. It's Hit the Road with Rich Dolson. It's on WOWO 1079 here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, or you can check it out, wowo.com, and then you can kind of listen to some of my podcasts. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.